Namaskar, I'm Harpreet Kaur and I welcome you all to our live and interactive online training session which is under the umbrella theme of social media safety and well-being. This is a 5-hour, 5-day training session where each day 1 hour between 4 and 5 p.m. is dedicated to this online training session. Let me apprise you all that this online training session is organized by CIET NCERT in collaboration with Cyber Peace Foundation. And today is day 3 of the training session, and this is a very relevant topic that we are taking up today, which is identifying and handling social media threats. It is very important to be aware of what is happening on social media while using it. Well, there are positives, but there are negatives also. There are threats also. What kind of threats exist and how we can prevent ourselves from them, that's a big question. And we need to get ourselves updated and be aware of what is happening so as to prevent ourselves from any risk that can happen online. Now, this session is live and interactive. Yes, so you are watching this wonderful session on our eVidya channels from 6 to 12, and let me tell you that if you have any query, you can reach out to us. The phone number is 8800440559. We also have a special email ID for you, which is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. On this email ID, you can not only send us your questions, but any suggestions that you must be having or any experience or any feedback that you would like to share with us, please, write to us. Since you're watching us live on our YouTube channel NCERT Official, you can always go back to our comment section. You can drop your questions there, your suggestions there as well. And now the most important part of the introduction, yes, our expert. We are joined by our expert who will be sharing all the related insights with us, and today we are joined by Ms. Anindita Mishra. Ma'am is Senior Consultant from Cyber Peace Foundation, New Delhi. Ma'am, namaskar and welcome to the session.
Namaskar. Thank you for having me here.
Right. So, ma'am, this is a very important training program that we are having right now, and today is day 3 where we will be talking about identifying and handling social media threats. Now, before we go into the details and I ask you questions directly about the same, I request you to kindly let us all know what exactly we are going to discuss in today's session.
Sure, Harpreet. So, our session is going to deal with identifying and handling social media threats. It's a two-way journey, because as social media users who cannot be expected to give up digital world or our digital activities and social media altogether, it is therefore prudent that we know what the pitfalls can be, and once we know and identify them, how to handle them, how to resolve such crises.
True.
For cyber criminals have shifted from the offline physical world, to the online world.
Yes.
Because there most people are weak. So when people are here, naturally cyber criminals also want to get the maximum benefits for themselves from this world.
Yes.
So how do they do it? So initially it was very simple, a few calls, a few emails to hoodwink you. But later on, now they are also becoming technologically savvy and they are using all they want, the threat actors or bad actors as we call these people, to hoodwink you, to take your data, to steal your money, or to attack your person, your family, maybe your community and the nation as a whole, or even organization.
Yes.
So, as I told you earlier, instead of boycotting, let's find out how to become social media savvy. So we'll move forward, Harpreet.
That's right. I'm sure you have prepared the presentation also accordingly.
Yes, we have the presentation, makes it easier for people, to pick up all the grains of knowledge easily.
Yes.
So today, I'll be talking about the common social media threats, new threats that have come. I'll be sharing some strategies to identify these threats after discussing how they're affecting us and a few effective response strategies. Now, over the whole week, we are discussing cyber safety. So sometime or the other, we have already discussed possible threats. And among these possible threats over the last 3 days, like Monday, we started on Monday,
Yeah.
we have seen that these are the main threats that we have been facing, like bullying online, whether it be for children or for adults,
Yeah.
scams, breaches, account hacks, defamation, grooming of children, which is a major concern because
Yeah.
grooming is when children learn to trust a complete stranger, thinking them to be somebody else. Trustworthy, good people, they are manipulated to do as they say, to the point that they share their nude photographs, intimate videos, etc. They can be also be trafficked by these manipulators. Impersonation or fake profiles, IPR violation, plagiarization, fraud, ransomware. So these are the common threats.
Yes. But there are some new threats also which are emerging on social media, right? Apart from the one that exists, which you have mentioned just now. What are those threats?
Yes, the next set of threats are a lot helped by artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Okay.
They have added a lot of technology which have made the threats very authentic looking content. So it makes it difficult for us to, distinguish between what is true, what is not. And therein comes in a lot of the issues.
Right.
Among the top of these are shallow fakes or cheap fakes as we call them, and deep fakes.
Right. Ma'am,
Deep fakes is, yes, you were saying something?
yes, ma'am. I was saying the deepfake, of course, it is very common, or I would say a threat which is increasing and very dangerous because you can, create a deepfake of any eminent personality out there and you can put a wrong message which can provoke or incite violence and much more it can do. So this is something which is very alarming. And I don't know where technology is going, if you can put some light on it.
I'll certainly try my best. So deepfake comes from deep learning and using that deep learning knowledge, that is, artificial intelligence powered by machine learning.
Okay.
Machine learning keeps repeating activities again and again till they perfect it. So if somebody, say for example, earlier we had deepfake videos coming out a lot,
Yeah.
okay? But now somebody wants to say make a deepfake video of me taking a training, but put different set of words altogether in my mouth. So they will use artificial intelligence. They will show a series of my photographs. They will share a lot of my videos where I'm speaking with the tool, AI tool, and machine learning will be used to perfect my lip movement, eye expressions, facial, movement to the event that everything will look genuine. And then they will use AI tools that are like Lyrebird app, which is a
Yeah.
voice cloning tool to copy the voice and deliver some completely different content in my voice. So
True.
how will people know that it was me? And I am a very ordinary person. People may not listen to me. But what about the same thing comes from celebrities,
Yes.
actors, politicians,
Yes.
right? So we tend to be misguided by these fakes, and they are happening. We have seen the fakes of Anil Kapoor, Amitabh Bachchan, all of them happening, and they're talking about content that they did not say ever,
Even the Prime
right?
Minister Modi.
Even Prime Minister. Prime Minister has a lot of deepfake videos where
Yeah.
he's seen performing a dance or doing something else,
Yes.
talking. So these things now for the people who know, they can, somehow can even be suspicious whether it's true or not. But for people who are not cyber safety aware,
Yes.
they will accept it as truth immediately.
Right.
And if you remember, I spoke about echo chambers on the day one and bubbles. When you had these social media bubbles, everybody tend to believe the people in the bubble.
Right.
So if the people in the bubble share some content, they will automatically accept it to be true.
True.
So that is the effect these content have on us. We accept fake content as true, believe them, let our ideas be manipulated by that content, and then we have new sets of perception coming up.
Right.
So these can be used to misused to a great level to spread fakes, which is one of the biggest problem today, spreading misinformation, conducting fraud, create defaming people,
Yes.
all right, or devaluing the work done by a government or by some other work, by cheapening it, by conveniently making it seem very ordinary.
Right.
So you can do wonders if you have the technology with you. Deepfakes, what we were used to all these days, when normal photographs were doctored or edited with the speed slowed up or slowed down, so that they differed from the original one.
Yes.
So those were deepfakes. Scams are one of the biggest ways to use deepfake. So the problems that are coming up, misinformation, that is fake news, digital arrest. It has become a very common. Just a few days back, Vardhaman CEO owner's name came up. He was made to pay 7 crores by scammers under digital arrest. Voice cloning, as I've already mentioned,
Yes.
website spoofing or cloning, entire website, say it be of SBI Bank,
Yeah.
or it be of Amazon, or it be of any other government agency, the whole page will resemble that of the original page. You will not find any difference. No matter what the difference would be, how do you identify it? The websites, normally when you open a website on your desktop, you will find that there are different tabs open, right? So you maybe opened SBI, but you can see the tab for your email open. And if you have been checking out the news, Times of India tabs open. When you open a clone website, you will not be able to see any tab open. The whole page would be taken up by the website.
Right.
So that is one of the indication that it may be a cloned site. And the QR scams that happen when people send you created QR scams, and when people who look trustworthy send you such QR, which are actually got malware or any wrong code inserted in them, meaning to draw money instead of depositing money to your account, you would be fooled. Now look at this. This is a very simple. That is a face exchange. The original photograph is there, matched with this another lady from Southeast Asia, and you got a new photograph.
Yeah.
This is one of the very common use of deepfake.
Right.
Now it was study by Deep Trace Lab, has shown that even though deepfake has its uses, if you remember Fast and Furious, if you have seen this
Yeah.
movie,
Yes.
the
Yes.
seventh, right?
Yeah.
The seventh one, Paul Walker wasn't there. He had already died in a crash. But based on his brother,
Yes.
and there was a deepfake created, but that was a good use. Deepfake can be made to use productively. By I can teach a whole history lesson by creating the kingdom the way they were those days,
Yes.
using artificial intelligence. It would make the lesson so much easier, more interesting for the students. But you see how people are using a very small part of is used in news and media to share content. Most of it are on the dark web or pornographic sites.
Right. Ma'am, you have explained
So
very
the
nicely about, deep fake again, how it is being used. And as you said, if we can make a constructive use of it, that would be great. But unfortunately, it's being used for negative reasons. And, while opening a website, of course, people generally do not pay attention to small details like it's written HTTPS. I mean, S stands for security. If S is not there, then you must not open the website. There's a very little things that you can take care of. But unless and until you are aware of the situation, how will you know what to do and what not to do? Similarly with the deepfake videos. And then we have AI powered phishing, which is again a very I would say alarming concept. Please tell us what exactly it is and how it has become a threat.
You pointed out, the very important things. Only aware people
Yes.
can be safe. It is simple, as I tell teachers, educators whom I meet in person or go to address, that just like we do not give the car keys to our children before
Yes.
they learn driving, get a learner's license, practice, know the traffic signals. It is foolishness if you allow 10-year-old and 11-year-old to drive because they may make mistakes, they are not
Yes.
aware. Similarly, if you allow children to handle smartphones and send them out in the digital world where each website opens onto a new area, it is
Yes.
like you're allowing a child to move around in unknown places, meet and connect with strangers.
Yeah.
Where's the safety there?
Yes. True.
We parents are so very concerned about our children's safety, handhold them in crowded places, do not let them go alone somewhere to the market or fair or to a train station.
True.
Why do we think they are free and safe just because they're sitting in front of a computer or on a phone?
Absolutely.
That realization, if it comes, then even the uh, least aware person will realize that there is need, and this can start in school itself.
Yes.
Normal teacher also that, okay, I'm giving you a project, you have to go to this site, but please first look that there is HTTPS, S
Yes.
stands for secure, and
Yeah.
the green padlock.
Yes.
These things anybody can do. We
Anybody.
don't need a computer science teacher for that, right? So fishing is something, it is like catching a fish. You just put the bait in the water and see how many fish you can catch,
Okay.
big, small. They are doing that in general. When it so targeted fishing is when you are targeting a particular person, like the CEO of a company, like a particular person, like a child who I want to manipulate and groom. That is called targeted phishing attacks. AI and machine learning helps. Like I will show you a video later on,
Okay.
how voice cloning help people to target uh, people. Okay, by voice cloning, and supposing I'm here and I get a call from my child who's saying that, Mom, I am lost. I'm here. I don't know how to go back home. What would I do? I would rush. Perhaps I would not even, because I know the voice. Perhaps I would not even wait to check the phone number.
Yeah.
The phone number is not there. So this voice cloning can be targeted at me to get me out of my house, right? So we need to know about targeted phishing and spear phishing. When you just take a spear and hit one particular, like there was a phishing attack in a Zoom meet, I think it was in Hong Kong last year. In a Zoom meet, there was a CEO, there were all the top brass and the financial head of a company. And every one of them was a deepfake other than the financial head. And they
Oh.
told him to release this amount for this company. And he did it. Okay. So these are real life incidents that shows us.
Right.
This slide has a
Yeah, even I've
video.
seen, that last year one of the singers sued somebody because that particular entity cloned his voice. So again, this is a very alarming thing, and then we see that government keeps on running these advertisements also, where we see person is calling you and asking for some money, that your son or daughter has met with an accident and you need
Yes.
to shell out this much of money. So I mean, this is very dangerous.
This is dangerous. So the thing you do is not to immediately, always the cyber safety mantra I share. You do not have to be playing KBC, fastest finger first.
Yes.
You have to be slow, think, and verify, then act. These are 4 steps.
Right.
Stop, think, verify, act. Without these 4 steps, you should not take any steps, whether to respond to an abusive mail or to an offer which looks too good to be true,
Yeah.
or some free offers coming your way, or some sale happening somewhere, like the festival season is here and there are 40%, 50% discounted sales. Click on the link to take you to their site.
Yes.
No, stop. If you need to go to any website, go to the official web address
Yeah.
and find out. Do not let a link take you to any place. Links are some of the most dangerous because you can send malware, you can send codes to turn your computer or phone or something into a zombie. That is, a zombie is like the sleeping dead, waiting for the master who is in control to turn on the devices when they want to send out either threats or terrorist messages or any kind of activity. And then, since it's your computer being used, you will be the one who will be caught by police.
Right.
So therefore, you have to be very careful and never be in a hurry online. So here are some of the real cases that have happened that I have shared with you in recent times. Noida resident held for deepfake video of UK Chief Minister. Teen girls in the US are facing an epidemic of deepfake videos and content. Delhi police arrested creator of deepfake videos of Rashmika Mandana. The case had become very viral last year, how they had got another lady who had similar features, but not the same looking, and spliced her photo with that of Rashmika. And Vardhaman, this is one of the latest SP Oswald, the chairperson of Vardhaman Group. 7 crore rupee was scammed from him. What they did, I listened to the person's interview. They did what was first they sent him a message saying that the Supreme Court order has come to take you under arrest regarding a scam. So they had a very very authentic looking Supreme Court paper. They had the police. Then they said we'll go on Skype and talk about it. And they had one very convincing looking police station with CBI written on the back, Central Bureau of Investigation, and people sitting around. And they badgered him. The ploy is to badger with so many questions, so many types of kind of a interrogation that the person who is getting interrogated, even though they know that this may not be true, they become scared, they lose their sense of right and wrong, and they capitulate. Right. And that is where the scammers win. And then they can make demands like you have to transfer so that we see from the notes how much of it is through because of this case. All right?
Right.
So they will get better in their work. We have to become smarter to handle it.
Absolutely, we need to get smarter, and of course, as you said that these cloning is happening or money is being duped. Now, this is very serious, but again, if there is any kind of information that one is receiving, one needs to authenticate the information by going on to 3 or 4 websites. Only then you can think of it's true, and just make sure that you go to a genuine website, official website of any particular agency or entity that you wish to visit. So, without, as I said, don't be in a hurry, do not react promptly, take your time, authenticate the news or the information that you're receiving, and then act on it. And after this AI phishing, we also have these social media bots and automated attacks. I request you to kindly explain them to us, what exactly they are and how do they work.
Totally, Harpreet. Bots. Bots are small kind of, say robots that are created. So these can be any kind of device. Hundreds and thousands of them are created to do one particular type of work. Their work may be to manipulate opinion. Okay. Bots can also be used to spread fake messages, to create tension in society. They are also used. If you find, if you're on Twitter, that is X, or you're on Insta, you find one day you have 1,000 followers, next day they've gone down to 940.
Yeah.
And you wonder why 60 or 100 followers suddenly left you. It may not be they left you, they were not genuine. These are bots being generated to, drive content. They manipulate what content goes. So do not, I tell young people, please do not be depressed if you find your Insta reels are not getting many likes, but that of your other people, they garner 2,000 or 3,000 likes. It may not all be true.
Yes.
Also, bots, as I told you about how zombie bots are created by sending malware to your system. The system lies waiting to get a command from the owner of those programs. And when the owner sends the program, that part becomes activated, and then they send out content they are programmed to send. So they can activate large-scale scams. All scammer dens, they have these bots working, continually making calls, likes, and engaging in different kind of activities, all fake online.
And there are like different ways of frauding people. Mostly it's for money. And we say these days, we see that it's all about digital currency. We're talking about cryptocurrencies now, and people are dealing with it, but they do not have enough information from where they're buying it or where the exchange is happening. Sometimes, even RBI had its concerns, because how it will be managed in the country. Now, what are cryptocurrency scams that we confront these days, and how the NFT fraud is taking place?
All right. That is one part I was going to come to, because crypto, some people need to know more about crypto, even though it is not very legal in India.
Yeah.
But crypto scams are happening using deepfake pictures. Okay. Now, let us talk about these. before we move on,
Right.
the as I was talking about the bots, let's just complete this before we move on to crypto.
Sure.
So to ensure that bots are not accessing systems and they can identify bots, different social media platforms are also taking steps. You will see this kind of a captcha every time you want to sign in somewhere.
Yeah.
Captchas are ways to identify bots. But these are very simple captcha. The words are just written in a tilted manner, or there are numbers that you may either visually have a glance at and copy, or listen to it, hear it, and then write down. However, technological advancement have made these captchas very easy. So now we have these kind of picture captchas,
Yes.
which are
Yes.
called recaptcha. These are more difficult for bots to break down because they can just say which are of these have clouds in them, which of the
Yes.
squares. You have to just tick mark in all those squares, and then they will recognize you as a genuine user and not a bot. Okay.
These are pretty easy for, I think, human
This,
beings than these captchas, and hence I say that artificial intelligence can never replace human intelligence.
absolutely.
Yeah.
There is a thing. So, yeah, we've come to cryptocurrency and I
Yeah.
wanted to talk about it. So, these cryptocurrencies are what? They use a technology called a blockchain technology. And these are all AI enabled camp. This blockchain technology is supposed to keep your money very safe.
Okay.
Like just think about a chain being formed, and there each chain has a few blocks. One block will have the money, another will have your signature and your whatever login details that you've entered.
Right.
The third will have some other information so that your information chain is safe. It is a way of bypassing all your banking system and global currency issues to carry out. And people do believe in buying cryptos because their values increase. And suddenly, if you have a few cryptos, and then you can find that your money has increased. But deepfakes happen when supposing you have a few crypto coins with you, have purchased them online from a
Right.
reputed source, you're holding them, and then you come across a deepfake video that says that for so many coins, we are giving you a chance to own land in Greece. Okay, or we are giving you a share in this big company. So
Yeah.
you see one big industrialist and their voice, you see the company, and you find that they are giving you a share. So you invest a few of your crypto coins to get a share. Then what happens? Nothing happens. Okay. So when the crypto coins are sold, they are called initial offerings. So these ICOs, initial coin offerings. Then also it may not be a reputed site, so you may stand the chance of losing your hard-earned money
Yeah.
instead of getting some cryptos whose value would increase over the time.
Yeah.
So hijacking of celebrity accounts also take place just to get the hand of crypto and to use that account to get the cryptocurrencies of others. It is not much practiced in India, and I don't think it is legal as well right now. So there are different companies offering cryptocurrency without getting full light. We don't have time. It can be in one session altogether to talk
Yeah.
about cryptocurrency,
Absolutely.
how to recognize
Yeah.
them, how to deal with them, how to store them. All right. So we should do that one day. So without full knowledge of it, it is not wise to go for these cryptocurrencies. These are what the cryptocurrencies look like. And see, this Elon Musk found the Tesla car and so many other
Yeah.
inventions to his name, and he's the owner of X, which was earlier Twitter.
Yeah.
His deepfake was live streamed. Can you imagine how good it was that it was live streamed and this scam and with thousands of fake crypto schemes were offered
Right.
and some had fallen prey to them. So this is just an example. What else can AI powered phishing attempts do? They can create shadow profiles.
Yeah.
What are shadow profiles? It can be of a genuine user. It can be of a person who does not do any kind of social media activities.
Yes.
Like, for example, a shadow profile of me and a shadow profile of a friend who does not own a single Facebook account or any social media account, then how is the profile being created? It is thanks to all friends and cousins and relatives who are sharing their photographs or saying happy birthday to my best friend or my sister. So this scraping, it is called data scraping, like from the bottle, the barrel's bottom, when you take out content, last remaining content, uh, sometimes the apps and platforms do take your data to understand what you like. So customize your feed to make it easy for you to go and see what you want to see, to
Yeah.
see some advertisements, or to take you to content of your choice.
Yes.
Like, for example, if I am very fond of History Channel and I watch a few history that was suggested by the social media app, these are suggested channels for you, and I watch, they'll realize that I'm watching them. The moment suggestions are made, I'm watching. So they will show me more. So in my shadow profile, they will write, Anindita, age so and so, said
Yeah.
female, likes history. Okay, so this can be done. And I already told you about the spear phishing, when people
Yes.
are targeted for either their data, personal data, that can be used to get into an organization or to steal money from them. So we
Yeah.
have to be careful.
We have to
It
be
is
very
like,
careful. Yeah.
it is like passive smoking, Harpreet. You may not
Yes.
be smoking yourself, but
Yeah.
somebody else is sharing data,
True.
too much of data.
True.
We call it TMI, hashtag TMI, too much information online. Don't share too much. And
Absolutely.
one of the biggest problems faced by institutes, government, and all critical infrastructure, like our, say, electricity supply, the dams, all these are needed, is ransomware attack. Now,
Yes.
how does a ransomware attack take place? If I'm part of an organization, I have duties and responsibilities. The organization has given me access to internet, a device perhaps like a laptop and phone. I should be careful enough not to do personal work on that.
Right.
Or if I get any kind of email asking for any kind of downloading of file or clicking on a link, I should first verify with the other people before doing so. Because what happens is, if I do some work, if I go to a spook website or to a suspicious link, I click on it, it will download a lot of these malicious codes that may even lock up the whole server, and our data would be locked up, and they would demand money to open it, or they say we'll sell it in the dark web, as it has been happening. Recently, one insurance company, health insurance company, the data and their credit card details, passwords of users were all breached. So every person has to be careful. It is our responsibility.
Yes.
And I've already told you about how fake followers and
Yeah.
fake influencer fraud takes place. So don't be disheartened if your number of followers or likes or influencer approached you is lower compared to somebody else. Now,
Right.
we all know biometric two-factor authentication you are aware of. We all have started using it for our banking accounts. Now, two-factor consists of either your password and a code sent to a phone, or a puzzle that you solve, or some secret question, or your biometrics, your thumbprint or your eyes, right? What if these biometric data is stolen?
Yeah.
Now, it's very difficult to replace biometric data.
Absolutely.
So you have to remember how and where you're sharing it. So just some site comes up and say, for greater authentication,
Yeah.
give your thumb impression. You have to think twice about it. Why would they want it, the site, a thumb impression? So it is very difficult to reset or get the whole thing organized again. Your Aadhaar card has your biometrics. Everything has to be reset altogether. You'll have to do a lot of running around, filing a complaint with the police, and informing all your bank and everything. So avoid the hassle. Be careful where you are
Right.
sharing.
But ma'am, before you move ahead, I have a question here. You talked about biometric data, and we all know that today Aadhaar number is linked to biometric data only. But sometimes, people require you to mention your Aadhaar number in some government offices or anywhere on a piece of paper, just give your Aadhaar number. Is it safe to write down your Aadhaar number and giving it to somebody? Is it still dangerous, or we should be avoiding that and giving some digits only of the same?
It is recommended that you share only the last 4 digits.
Okay, okay.
Okay?
Yeah, right.
So the last 4, your name and the last 4 digits are enough to get your identification.
All right, okay.
So even if you are sharing a printout, you can darken and circle out, cut out, blank out the whole of the first few numbers and the last 4 digits you're sharing. So it is not right actually you go and give your name, Aadhaar, full number to anybody. Where it is asked for, like your hotels and all you're registering, you can also share your driving license, not Aadhaar all the time, okay?
Right.
So giving the last 4 number has been recommended and is allowed, so that should not be a problem henceforth for everybody.
Right, your name and last 4 digits of your Aadhaar number.
Aadhaar number.
All right.
Then hackers also target your third-party apps. Now, which are the third-party apps? All social media platforms.
Yeah.
And here I must tell you, anything that comes for free has a price, and the price is you.
True.
So your data, third parties want it. What is the third party? The person who is going to show me an advertisement, the person who is doing a market survey, trying to find out which are the popular e-commerce sites, which are the popular items in demand. Sometimes third party want data for some other purposes. So hackers, if they compromise these third party apps, they can get hold of your data. So whenever you have these downloading apps on your phone or on your laptops, number one, please review, see the star rating, see how many people have downloaded. It should be around at least 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. If only 100 and 500 people have downloaded it, you are not getting a true representation. And it may not be a good app. So you have to be careful as to where you are getting your app from, what is your source. Are you just taking it from the pen drive of a friend? Because they may contain some kind of a virus.
And
so these apps,
and sometimes, when we download these apps from Play Store, we get this message also, it is verified by Play Protect. I think it is very important to look for that message unless and until it's displaying. So you can just, identify or make out that the app is not secure and you must not be downloading it.
Yeah, very good point. Because even if it is Play Store or Apple Store, it does not mean that they are all the time sieving and taking out. It's a 24/7 job.
Yes.
But some may still filter through.
Yes.
Like your spam filter on your emails are filtering scam all the time. But some still may, because they're changing the way they're wording it, their appearance, the formal tone, all of these make a difference. So then your work comes in. As I said, a responsible user, look for verified site. If it is there, even then look for the star rating. Read the reviews, read quite a few reviews, so that if somebody is just falsely written a review, you would not be biased.
Right.
So read quite a few reviews to get an understanding, around, and then take action. Now, these are some of the examples of third-party compromise of data. Account takeover happens. For example, if you go to a spoofed website, supposing I want to buy from Amazon today for the festive season, and I go to a cloned or a spoofed website, and I enter my credentials, login credentials, the hacker has harvested my login credentials over my account. Or supposing I make a purchase on that account and I share my credit card details. So the credit card details are with them. Now they will, using my name and credit card details, they will buy the thing. You know what they do? They buy the thing from the, pretending to be me, from the e-commerce site, and then send me an inferior product. Okay. So then I may then write to Amazon, I did not like the product, please refund. So Amazon stands to lose money.
Absolutely.
So account takeover may be your credential harvesting or even fraud happening. Credit card fraud happens when you share your credit card, like you hand over your credit card, somebody goes to the back of the shop or restaurant, or you sign in or digitally and there you enter on a fraud site, you lose your credit card details.
Yes.
APK fraud is Android package fraud. That happens with banking a lot. So you have to be very careful where you are sharing your data.
Yes, it is important. And then simultaneously, when you download anything, any application on your mobile, even if it is shown as genuine, your phone still has that software to, scan all the applications that are there. So we must use that regularly, that feature, so that, applications are scanned continuously. If there is any ransomware, malware, virus, that can be identified, and you can get rid of that in time. Otherwise, it will steal all the data. As we say, data scrapping will happen.
And there are very good apps like Malware Bytes app. There, if you
Yes.
just use it, they'll scan and they'll tell you whether there is any malware in your device or not. And it's very imperative, just like you use a cyber safety software, cybersecurity software for your laptops, do the same for your phone
Yeah.
also. People tend to ignore their phones.
Right. Now, ma'am, we are left with last 10 minutes. So, what's more important is there in this presentation that is very important for us to know?
The fighting part.
Yeah.
How are we going to handle the fake? Now we got a whole set of knowledge about
Yeah.
how AI is empowering the bad actors or threat actors, and they're
Yes.
creating new ways to deceive us. But why should we let ourselves get deceived?
Yeah.
We learn to know the red flags.
Yeah.
Just like people wave a red flag to let a train know that the rails are broken or
There's a
there is some
danger.
obstacle on the path, it's danger.
Yeah.
These are all the things that should get the red flags raised in your mind.
Yes.
Anything that you did not ask for comes to you in the form of a message, a call, an email, a pop up. If anything comes to you, please be careful. You have not asked for it, so it has come to you. So it is in the other person's interest to send to you. So why has it come to you?
Yes.
If there's a call coming, I must tell you, when you had called me, I do not take calls from strangers
Yes, you
because
didn't take it.
yes,
Yeah.
WhatsApp call, because WhatsApp video calls, you take the call, immediately the screen, you see another person on the screen and yourself, and then the call disconnects. And
Yeah.
then that can be doctored and misused.
But you know what, ma'am?
So,
The genuine person will still reach out to you through messaging. That
yes, you are
happens.
right. You messaged,
Yeah.
immediately I know this is a genuine person
Yeah.
and it's connected. So, these small steps are the
Absolutely.
only we can take to help ourselves stay safe.
True.
Unknown numbers, friendship requests from strangers. Even if the picture looks familiar, please check. A bio of a boy who has a lot of girls as friends but has not written much himself should always, raise the flags in our head. Similarly, if that's of a girl,
Yeah, and
then if
also
it is
international numbers, they look very strange
international,
when calls come.
yeah. I totally avoid international numbers unless I am expecting a call at that
Yes.
particular time.
Yes.
Then urgent demand for help, either from a family member or from a friend, or somebody called up my husband one day, and it was a friend from college days who's very close to, and said, "I'm really in dire straits. I need money. Can you help me with so much, please?" The voice, he recognized the voice. He didn't have the mobile number. We said, "Is that you?" He said, "Yes." But he didn't pay up, of course, because the call for money suddenly got his red flags up. Pressure tactics, like when you have to pay up today or electricity will be disconnected, or your SBI account is getting frozen because you have
Yes.
not submitted these documents, your Aadhaar card, your PAN card, and your passport photograph. See, it's such an easy way to get all your details and
Yes.
then create a fake profile. Okay,
True.
these are pressure tactics.
Yes.
Emotional manipulation, when somebody even especially happens to people who have a low self-esteem. So I have a low self-esteem, a body image issue, or I am not very smart enough for my peers. And then somebody starts telling me online that I really like your smile, or I like the way you look, or you seem to be a
Yeah.
very talented and intelligent person. What happens is bias works. And I start aligning with that person, trusting that person. This is how children are, not just children, on dating sites,
Yes, absolutely.
men and women are both emotionally manipulated.
Yeah.
So have to be aware. Suspicious addresses, website addresses, they're not end with .com or .in or .us, but ends with numbers, XY 163 and all that. Be careful.
Yeah.
Any programs that needs to execute file that's end with .exe, That means they will run in the background of your device. Don't, if you're expecting it. Any very tempting offers or something that makes you scared, do this or else we will do this to you.
Yeah.
Official messages seeking verification of data, language, weird email. You receive an email with a very general address, dear madam, sir, and the mail. If somebody emailing to you should give your name.
Even I have
Okay.
received such emails, this much of money is going to be credited in your account, some dollars. You just need to share this and that information. These are all scam emails that you receive.
Yeah. So now we are becoming aware of those.
Yeah.
We need to become aware of the newer threats. And in the newer threats, we'll have some of these telltale signs, one or more of them.
Yeah.
So rather QR scams and the QR scams,
Yes.
they mostly happen on OLX or other sites. And you see the person saying that I am going to make the payment will always have a profile picture of a very trustworthy person, like an army officer with all medallions,
Yeah.
a doctor in a white coat and a stetho, or a lawyer, or an educator, a teacher, because these are all very trusted and respected professions who we do not think or believe can,
Yes.
be treacherous or reach our accounts or steal from
True.
us. And another very important thing is remote tech support. You have to do not give access to your device to some remote person without first knowing that, yes, I have connected with the actual company help desk and they are helping me out.
Right. So, ma'am, we have identified these threats. We have, seen the red flags also. Now, what are the strategies through which we can actually be able to deal with them?
Many of them you already know, and I'm sure you're practicing, but I'm going to keep them short and sweet so that
Yes.
you remember them. Number one, very strong, unique passwords for all your accounts, different passwords. Password should not be a word, but a mixture of word,
Right.
characters, and special characters, numbers, capital letters, and try to make it a phrase. Suppose my favorite movie is, say, let me take a movie name, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. So I can write DDLG hashtag 77. Okay? 77 number. So it is difficult to guess. Do not
Yes.
have too many of vowels in that. I've been telling you again and again. By now, I think all our viewers know, avoid links, even if it is on your Facebook,
Yeah.
shared by a trusted uncle, auntie, friend who says, look at this video. They may have been compromised.
Right.
So leave it. Privacy settings, maximum. You have to keep updating time to time. See who you have given. Sometimes when you want to access a newspaper or some other site, we do it through our social media apps like Facebook, okay,
Yes.
or through our emails. So please go through these apps again and again and check who you have given permission. If it is no more required, please disable.
All right.
Do not share sensitive information on social media. You have to do it separately.
Yeah. And then we have
Biomet
all these tips also. Yes.
and these are the last few tips. Biometric and AI-based identity verification is very important. Audit your account and that of third parties getting access. Now, suppose you have a running app, do not allow all the gallery and phone contacts to be accessed by them.
True.
They don't need those permissions. So keep auditing. Who needs what permission? Do
Yes,
they need it?
very important.
No.
Yeah.
So that is very important. Do not be tempted. Temptation is a sin, we all know. Let's practice it online as well.
Right.
And then maximize your security and enable two-factor authentication and always stay informed
Absolutely.
about latest trends. So keep talking
Yeah.
about it. Keep talking at home, among your colleagues. Have you heard about this and that?
Yeah.
So
It
with
is.
that, we finish.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your unique contribution to the session. It is very important, and in a country like India, we are lucky enough to have a system of OTP, where which makes things really secure. Because I've heard that in Western countries, no such system exists. You make the payment directly, but at least there are few features that even government is very keen or aware to include in the transaction, so that it can make its citizens safe. All we need to do is to keep ourselves updated. But thank you so much for your contribution to this session. It was wonderful having you, and we are looking forward to many more such informative sessions ahead. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
And now viewers, it's time for me to take you to our website, and as we all know that this is a training program which is going on, and it simply means that you can always go to the website and participate in the training session. You can definitely go to this particular website of ours, which is ciet.ncert.gov.in. Please have a look on the screen, and on this website you need to go to the activities section. Under the activities section we have the option of workshop and training. So when you go to this particular workshop training option, you scroll down a bit and you find this current activity. This is our online training going on, online training on social media safety and well-being, which is the umbrella theme for all the training sessions that we are conducting on the weekdays. So it started on 30th of September. First day was all about introduction to social media, role, benefits and threats. Second day was about youth and social media. Third day, of course, today we talked about identifying and handling social media threats. On fourth day, we will be talking about developing media literacy skills, and fifth day will be dedicated to mental health and social media. On this page itself, you will find the objectives of the training program, that why actually we are having this training program. And then we have the entire schedule in front of us, where we have the themes, where we have the experts details also who are taking up the sessions. Last but not the least, since it's a training program, you can participate, you can take the assessment test, and you can score good marks and get the certificate. So how you can do that? You need to participate first of all. So register yourself using this link or scanning this QR code. After registering yourself, the next step is to watch all the live training sessions that we are having about the topic. So learn about these training sessions that we are having every day between 4 and 5 p.m. After paying attention closely to these training sessions, third step would be taking up the online course, participating in post-assessment and getting certified, which is more like a quiz. And that can happen only when you have watched the sessions carefully. But this is not the only thing that is there. If you score more than 70% in the final assessment, you get certificate also, which of course will help you, because this is a proof that you have learned something new and you have been certified for the same. Last step is going to be the submission of your feedback. It is very important that we hear from you. What is actually the training session like for you? Has it been beneficial? Is there any particular topic on which you want some kind of training? So do submit your feedback. You can go to this link or you can scan this QR code. Last but not the least, even after all these steps, you must be having some doubts in your mind why it is happening or what's the use. So any experience that you want to share, any particular option, or anything that is there on your mind, or something that is lacking, you can share your feedback to us. You can write to us, on our email, which is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in, apart from the phone number that we keep on sharing with you. So with this, it's a wrap for day 3 training session, but this list of education programs is not over as yet, because we do have another program, upcoming program for you, which is Sahyog. So you can watch the schedule. This was today's schedule, what all we presented to you, and you can watch all these programs on our YouTube channel NCERT Official. In a short while from now, you can watch the session Sahyog, and this is going to be live and interactive, so don't forget to participate. And for the moment, this is me, Harpreet Kaur, taking leave of you from this session. I hope you enjoyed the session and you took all the important information which is there to grasp. This is me, Harpreet Kaur, saying bye for the moment, but please stay tuned with us for a lot more. Namaskar.